because these are enigmas. You never know what you're getting from these two. This is Leicester versus Crystal Palace. Leicester plus 125 off the back of a really good draw last week away at Man United. We all wanted to be with Leicester in some way, shape or form. Crystal Palace demolished Arsenal earlier on in the week, 3-0, plus 225. The draw is at plus 250. I cannot believe the goal line here, Stinch. It's not starting at 3 because over 2.5 goals here is plus 100. You can easily see this being 2-1 to either side, and that's where we start.
Yeah, it's almost as if it's kind of priced up on how Crystal Palace played under Hodgson rather than how they play under Patrick Vieira. Very, very good going forward, and they still leave themselves a little bit of the door open at the back, just 3 clean sheets in their 14 away games. It should be worth mentioning, I think, that Leicester obviously in between European games. So we saw what Rodgers did against Arsenal. He rested and rotated players. But I still believe with the fact they've got a lot of their injuries back, whoever starts in attack for Leicester is a good player. You know, if it's Iheanacho or Daka, if it's Maddison or Lookman or Harvey Barnes or Jose Perez, Tielemans in midfield. So I think there's enough in Leicester's second string if that's what it turns out to be. But I wouldn't be backing Leicester at this price at all. It seems very similar to the Newcastle Wall game to me in terms of the price. I think that Leicester plus 125 will definitely go off a lot bigger. So if you see the teams and they come out and you see that Leicester are rotating, I would definitely be try and get Palace on side, maybe Palace plus a quarter or Palace double chance. But yeah, it's just overs for me all the way.
Yeah.
Leicester, that they've only kept 7 clean sheets in the last 43 games, and that's going back to last season. They conceded 2 or more goals in 15 of the last 24 matches. Go to the back end of last season, their matches are averaging 3.37 goals per game, and here we're just asking there to be, is there going to be over 2.5? So yeah, Palace is above expectancy as well, so nothing to be concerned there. And the reverse fixture finished 2-2 as well, so I can see something similar happening. I think Palace are in a great spot at the moment, and we talk about teams down in tools. They've got a semi-final against Chelsea to look forward to, so I think they want to continue their momentum.
Yeah, Marco here. Everybody in the chat is like, it's over 2.5 for me. Don't complicate. It's over 2.5. I can see this being 2-1, 2-2, 3-2, and yet we're getting plus money at over 2.5 goals.
Yeah, agree. Not a huge amount I can really add to what Stinch has said, but you're scratching my head while trying to work out why the price is plus 100. Leicester are obviously a lot stronger on paper now than they were a couple of months ago with the return of Evans and Fofana, Castagne and Justin as well. But they still have only kept 5 Premier League clean sheets this season, and Stinch mentioned it, but they are going to be preoccupied with the Conference League clash with PSV on Thursday and again next Thursday too, because European qualification won't come through the league, and Rodgers has already kind of hinted without completely admitting it, but that is now their main focus, to win that competition, get back into Europe that way. So yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised if they did rest and rotate the team. And Evans and Fofana started at Old Trafford last week, a big boost, but that was the first time they started together since the FA Cup final. Fofana's back from a long-term injury. Evans has been in and out of the team all season, largely injured, so wouldn't be too surprised if one of those kind of just was rested after Thursday. But they've still got quality up top and forward areas, will still score goals despite Vardy being missing. So yeah, I mean, Palace, I got spectacularly wrong back in August. Been very good for the majority of the season, and more recently they've kind of displayed an ability to turn these kind of promising performances actually into wins. They're now into the top half, got the FA Cup to look forward to as well. So they're coming into this with real momentum, very few key injuries as well. So we'd expect them to make their mark here. And the Premier League is averaging 2.79 goals per game. The goal expectancy is at 2.65. Both Leicester and Palace's goals per game averages are above that as well. So kind of hard to work out why overs is plus 100. But, hopefully where Leicester do make a few changes, I think that will obviously help us, because there'll be players coming into the team, particularly in forward areas, keen to make an impression. And Palace will obviously have more joy against a lesser defence than the Foxes' first choice back four, I should say.
Yeah, game's wide open. Wouldn't want to pick the winner. Do like goals, but over 2.5 is just massive at plus 100. You want to be a bit greedy, which I know people in the chat may well be. It's both teams to score and over as well. The official picks, Leicester and Crystal Palace. God, it's going to be like a basketball match. It's over 2.5 plus 100, and for both of them, they've both just gone. Give it to me. I bet you couldn't even believe it was plus 100. Let's have a look.